I didn't
not
know
moving, as if it was on a gimbal.
that. I didn't know about that. Because they showed the other footage when all the policemen ran outward, was trying to like guard the people, but they were like forget to give up, and he ran, and then all the people came out and did whatever they wanted to do.
Oh, you mean outside? This was inside, going up the stairs. Matter of fact, I never seen any people that was supposed to have been coming behind him. All I seen was him.
Yeah, it's so many pictures and stories about that day. I remember I was looking on Twitter and Facebook. There is a woman that was near the barricade, and all the cops with riot gear and squad team was all like guarded near the barricade. That's one I saw. And I saw something else too. That was somebody was walking their dog, and he took a picture at the White House Capitol.
Kept on walking.
And yeah, you kept on walking with the dog. Everybody's going on. So yeah.
Yeah, people probably start to pet the dog on the head. No, this stuff was staged. And also, why come the police force wasn't the Capitol, not the Capitol? Why come D.C. police force wasn't increased? They say that it was told to stand down or something like that. And now they're trying to. Plus, they want to say that Trump inspired it. You listen to Trump's speech; he didn't inspire nothing of no sort. And here's another thing: his speech was delayed an hour. And while he was speaking, they were sieging the Capitol. And the people that was there where he was speaking had to walk a mile to get to the Capitol. Did you know that?
Really? No, I didn't know that. Wow.
Well, yeah, you can't speak when if you're going to do demonstrations demonstrate the UN building, you can't stand right outside. They make you get about 10 blocks down away from it to do your demonstration in areas.
Well, I told you it was set up by Pelosi because all those people had on alpha badges. You can only get that from the Speaker of the House and the Department of General Services. That's why they opened the gates and let them in, because they had badges to let them come in.
You say alphabet badges? What does that? You mean certain areas they can go in, or
a big red letter A, alpha badges? Yeah. That gives you clearance to go into the White House Oval Office. Gives you clearance to go into the Capitol building. You don't have one of those, you can't get nowhere. That's why they were letting them in.
Well, like I said before,
he flipped up and said the president was in the Oval Office the whole time in the window, and he seemed to be enjoying himself. How do you know where he's at? Unless you were there too. They took him and her to the Oval Office and barricaded them in there with Secret Service. They was coming to kill him, because that's what she said day one. She said, we're going to have to impeach him. And if he don't get impeached the first time, we're going to impeach him again. If we can't impeach him, somebody's got to kill him. And she meant it. First
Who
thing
said
she
that?
said, Pelosi. First thing she said when she got angry after the coup failed, she said they was coming in the building so fast, I was scared for my life. They was trying to kidnap Vice President Pence. Well, I was a Trump supporter, want to kidnap Vice President Pence.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good observation you have.
They was trying to kill them. Then they go in there, and they said the girl with the glasses, I'm going to call her name Jenny Dum Dum. Jenny Dum Dum comes in there, and she steals Pelosi's laptop. And then they say she was trying to send it to Russia, but set up to Russia to get some intel. Now, out of all the 55 laptops in that room, how you know which one's Pelosi? They all sitting up in the pile. She knew which one was Pelosi's because they told her which one to go grab so they can hide it and erase the emails that she had sent out to the people to give them authorization to come in there and do this little coup. I don't know, people just don't change up their tricks. Everybody's still doing this email thing. If you're going to do something, you're trying to kill somebody, talk to them face to face. Stop emailing everything. But they want to find the trace, but they ain't trying to find the trace because it served its purpose to get Trump out of the seat.
Yeah, now they're trying to deplore the man so he can't run no more if he chose to.
Mm-hmm.
And you got these companies that's firing people that work for them for being at the rally. You got companies that's declining to carry certain manufacturers' production because they was at the rally. You got people telling other companies don't hire none of Trump's staff. That's some evil stuff, man. I keep telling you guys these damn Democrats is evil in hell, and both parties are dumb as hell.
And that's personal. Mm-hmm.
Well, let me tell you, you had a little black girl that spoke at Joe Biden's rally, right? I mean, inauguration, right? She read a poem, didn't she?
Yeah,
Let me
I
ask
didn't
you
like
something.
that.
Let me ask you something. Well, should we call her a coon?
Yeah, because that's how I felt. It was very disrespectful.
They done that to anybody
that's not me and your age. They don't know. Back in the day, there was Mahalia Jackson. She was a singer and a poet.
Yeah,
and
I know.
Have her. Yeah, try to have her sing.
Mm-hmm.
Then came Scott King. She was the poet and the wife of Dr. King. They wanted to have her do a play, a poem. Then you had Angela, I can't think of her name, Angela Davis, went up there and had her do a poem. Then you had Nina Simone, went up there and had her do a poem. It's like that's all you want us for is to entertain white folks. Yep,
yeah, and all the blacks that's working in Biden's cabinet, should they not be called coons like the ones that were sitting down talking to Donald Trump? Think.
Yeah. And what was funny about these poems is shocking that white people didn't think that we're smart enough to do these poems. It's like, oh my God, he's so intelligent. What's the words that come out their mouth? I don't know.
Well, it ain't that they was thought. It was the way Democrats use them. I mean, core and point, Joe Biden saying you ain't black if you don't vote for him. Joe Biden's been a racist. Now, if you want to really put it in what you call racism, if you go back and listen to what he said, sponsored, been with, well, Joe Biden should be labeled a racist. Because if people do that today, that's what they are called. Hell, one of his mentors was Byrd, Senator Byrd, a Ku Klux Klansman. Mm-hmm. Hillary Clinton's mentor also. Plus, he lied. Mm-hmm. He lied for whatever reason. His mental capacity, his handicap with his memory, but he lies, regardless of what it is. So if Trump done it, he would be called a liar. Should we fly some big blow-up dolls showing Joe Biden with cornrows like they did with Donald Trump? Like they have those Macy's Day Parade dolls? Where's the things like that around the world, over in England, mimicking Joe Biden like they did Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Let's look at his tax. his tax returns and see if you can find the money that his son Hunter was depositing in his account that supposedly came from the Ukraine. Let's see his tax return.
Sure.
Where's the demand?
They know it came from Ukraine. That's what he was working at.
Should conservative? Remember when Trump got elected and all the riots and burning and breaking out windows and setting cars on fire and flying to Mexico and all that protesting was going on? Well, should not conservatives be doing the same thing on Joe Biden? He's costing you jobs. These people are hypocrites, man.
It's part of the game. That's how the game plays.
Especially some of these. And I'm gonna tell you something else.
And you gotta watch. You got to watch. Look at. I'm gonna take you back. I ain't gonna go back way far, but look at. It's gonna take an hour for me to show it to you, but look at every president that's done something for black people. If they were not assassinated for helping black people, they would be considered a traitor for helping black people. You can go back to Lincoln. Lincoln freed the slaves, shot him in the head. You can go to Kennedy. Kennedy unified the White House under duress, helped to bring forth the Civil Rights Act, assassinated. Carter sent all those foreign immigrants back overseas within a 24-hour notice. By 11:55, all those Mexicans and Chinese were out of here. One-term president. Nixon. On the movie The Butler, there was a conversation where he said, well, if I become president, I'm going to help you fellas get the payments and the salaries that you deserve. He helped to pull that affirmative action together.
He did.
Forced to resign. Then you got Gerald Ford created the first rehab, him and his wife, called the Betty Ford Clinic, where all the African Americans could go to get off of that crack and that heroin and cocaine because it was a huge epidemic and wasn't nobody trying to help them. So majority of the people who went to Betty Ford Clinic were blacks and high-class white celebrities. That's where, for people who don't know, that's where Bobby Brown met Whitney Houston at the Betty Ford Clinic. They didn't meet nobody. They didn't know Apollo or no awards. That's not true. I don't know who keeps telling that lie.
Houston used to go to Israel to the Hebrew Israelites place in Dimona for treatment. Did you know that?
Yep.
It would have been Amin.
And it was the guy that looked like a fish. I forgot his name. I want to say Yitzhak Rabin. That's not his name. Is another Israeli prime minister. He tried to come over and help America finance us with weapons, and they broke trade treaties with them. Then they had this thing called AmeriCorps. You had Job Corps, which was for troubled children, and then you had AmeriCorps, which for people who wanted a job. And a job gave you job placement. It turned into a career. They said there were too many blacks signing up for it, so they got rid of AmeriCorps. So everything that's to help black people, they get rid of. You used to have a program called the CLEP test, CLEP. So if you didn't have a GED, but you wanted to go to college, you take the CLEP test, which was Credit for Life Experience Program, CLEP. So the things that you already knew how to do as a handyman or a so-called housemaker, you got credit for because you already know how to fix this. You know how to build that. You know how to hang a cabinet. So you got college credit for it. And those credits went towards points, which helped you towards your degree. So they knew where to place you. So you didn't have to take a whole 2 or 3 years to get an associate's degree.